TxStampin Sharon. I am bringing you a card today that was a request from one of you. You saw it, I showed it on a video, and you're like, how'd you make that? So we're gonna do that today. I wanna welcome you to my channel. If you're new, I invite you to hit the subscribe button below, hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. I always love the thumbs up, and I absolutely love the comments. I love reading them and chatting back and forth with you and helping you answer any questions that you might have from my videos. So let's get started. So this is the card that I showed on a video a couple of weeks ago, and it is a buckle fold, and one of you wanted to know how to make it. So we're gonna make it today, but we're gonna make it a little bit different, and then I'm gonna show you another different kind to make. You're probably gonna want me to make a video on that one. Now, you'll have it by then. Okay, we are pulling out my copper. So my card base is 4 1/4, and it ends up, the length is 9 3/4, and scored and folded at 5 1/2, okay? Then we have a layer of Whisper White that will go on the inside. It is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then we have our buckle tab, okay? This measures 2 inches by 6 inches, and it is scored at 2 inches. I have a piece of copper that's gonna go on the front, and this is 4 by 4. And then I have a piece of the brightly gleaming cardstock that is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. I have a strip of the same cardstock, and it is 4 inches by 1 1/4. And then I just have a little strip of copper. This is about 3/4 of an inch, but you don't need a very big strip. So we're going to do our assembly first. I was happy to pull out my copper. Now, I like to use liquid glue when I am attaching copper, but something that I've taught, I started doing this in 1997, so I've been doing this for years, and one of my recent cards I made, I realized that if I didn't tone down that line of glue, with the foil, it kind of showed the line of glue. So I don't think I have to worry about it now, but I'm just going to get in the habit of always doing it and sharing that tip with you, because I was disappointed. I was like, oh, I did so much work on that, and it kind of looked funny. All right, so we have that done. Next, we're going to do our stamping. And I had not used Everything is Festive stamp set yet. It is so up my alley. It is the bold images that I crave. And I'm like, why haven't I used this? So I pulled it out. I pulled out Merry and Bright and From Our Home to Yours. So this is our layer for the inside. I'm going to use Night of Navy. And for those of you who have been making comments on my hand, I am able to wear my ring and my watch. I'm still a little puffy right here, but it is looking so much better. Again, thank you for your comments. All right, so I have a small piece that is, this is just the Whisper White, and it is 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. And we're gonna stamp Merry and Bright. Love that bold font. Isn't that so pretty? Okay, so we're ready to assemble. On this side, I'm gonna add quite a bit more snail because that's where my flap is gonna go, okay? Probably a little too much, but that's okay. We don't want it to fall off. I'm just gonna tuck that right there. Give it a good rub. We're gonna add some more snail or liquid glue, whichever your preference is. And look how perfectly I stamped in there. You can't even see it. That's perfect. All right, so now for the front part. This is gonna be a little tricky because we're going through 3 layers of cardstock. So it's a little, you gotta use your strong arms. I'm going to attempt to see if I can see this on the foil. I didn't think about that. We're gonna do it like this. Let's see if I can see my lines. I can see that one, so we're good. All right, so I'm using the classic label punch. And I'm just gonna stick it in as far as it will go, and I can barely see my pencil line right there. And then I'm gonna give it a good squeeze. See, it's loud. Okay, so then that will just tuck in right there, like that. All we have to do now is add our Mary and Brat. And I thought it would be fun to add a few of the Star Designer in copper. What do we want it? Huh. I almost feel like it needs 4, doesn't it? We're gonna see what it looks like. So what we want to do is finish off on the inside because I didn't like seeing the white right there because this is all so dark. We're gonna take our DSP and we're gonna add the copper. See how the snail just kind of slides over that backing? It's because of that plastic coating, which is why I normally use the liquid glue, but it was just such a small piece. I thought, we'll be okay. So now the real question is, yep, we need it that way. There we go. Now on this card, I did trim the belt buckle like this, but you don't have to. Just kind of helps it feed in a little bit better. And then on my third card that I'm going to show you, it's a fat belt. And it opens up like this. And that's it. So I will put the measurements of this on my blog, and all of the measurements, there will be a link to my blog in the description box below. You can go and see these up close and personal and get any measurements that you would like to make one of these cards. Happy stamping, y'all!